Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea is becoming a real possibility. This is something I do believe will happen this January. One, because I don't think Amarim wants him in the squad, not because he's a bad egg or he's a bad player, because he simply doesn't fit their system. So before we get on to Garnacho, Chelsea are looking at yet another 18-year-old, Matthias Amugu from St. Etienne. Right, I keep on getting asked, why are Chelsea signing loads of young players? Well, there's three reasons why. One, they turn into £100 million player and you're absolutely laughing. Two, you loan them out, you up their market value and you make a profit on them, which is most likely. And three, you get the best out of them for about 4 to 5 years to become a squad player. They have big moments for you and you sell them on afterwards. Now, I want to give you an example, and it's not a Chelsea example. It's an example from another club. And this is why Chelsea are doing it exactly. Who remembers Sven Van den Berg at Liverpool? Nobody, because he played 0 minutes for Liverpool. They signed him from the Netherlands for 1.9 million euros. After a loan at Preston, a loan at Schalke, a loan at Mainz, he sold for 23.6 million euros, having played 0 minutes for Liverpool Football Club. This is why Chelsea's ownership are signing these young players. Obviously, you're going to get the players that absolutely thrive in your club. I think Estevao will, Andre Santos, Cole Palmer. But little deals like this are opportunity deals. They're either going to turn into world beaters, which is very unlikely, but you might hit on 1 out of 10, or they make you profit in the long run. And this is why they're doing it, guys. So now moving on to Garnacho. So I've wrote a few notes about our fans' experience needs to be a little bit better. We need to start giving people opportunities. We're writing this boy off before he's even kicked the ball for Chelsea. Now, I understand you'd prefer to spend the money in different areas. He's going to be a Chelsea player, and we need to back him or we don't back him. And if we don't back him, that just doesn't make any sense. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I hope everyone's well and safe, actually, because this wind is absolutely crazy. I didn't even need to drive this morning. I just had to stand outside and I just flew to my destination. It's crazy out there, so stay a little bit safe. But look, is Alejandro Garnacho a good player? Yes, he is. Does he fit in Maresca's system better than Amarim's system? Yes, he does. Is he in need for Chelsea right now? Probably not. But I just feel like this social media reactionist is brainwashing everybody, calling him a bad player. He's not a bad player. Alejandro Garnacho has a lot of potential. This recency bias is brainwashing everybody's minds, because think back about 2 years ago, this guy was hot property. This guy was the name on everybody's lips. And don't deny it, because when he was shining for Man United, everybody was like, wow, Garnacho is good. Yes, we'll overhype people, I get that. And we tend to do it with Man United players, we'll overhype everybody. Rashford, Kobe Mino, he's not a bad player. Coming into Chelsea Football Club, 20 years old, is a good opportunity for him to get out of that dark place at Man United and have a new lease of life. So he deserves that opportunity. When we talk about a bad cloud in Man United, he's been in a terrible environment, both on the pitch and off the pitch. And I think his standards have dropped with all the other players. Think a Man United squad at the moment, right? How many players have truly been a success? You'd have to say probably Bruno and now Ahmad, but Alejandro Garnacho was shown glimpses of being a game changer. Somebody that could just spark a bit of life, spark a bit of magic. Yes, I understand he's got inconsistencies, and that's something he's going to have to work on. We're going to touch upon this very shortly, but there is something there. With that being said, I'm going to be honest, I think 60 million is probably too much for Alejandro Garnacho, especially when you're crying out for a goalkeeper, striker. There's many strikers out there you could buy for about 60 million, as well as a goalkeeper. So I understand the frustration from Chelsea fans saying he's not needed, but let's just not write the boy off. It's not his fault. And I genuinely believe that if Amarim had played a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 system, Alejandro Garnacho would not be for sale. It's simply because he's an out-and-out winger. He doesn't fit in that wing-back role. He doesn't fit as a number 10. So he's much better suited to Enzo Maresca's system. Now let's look at some positives from Garnacho. No under 21 players recorded more goals and assists than Garnacho since the start of 2022-23 season. pounds. That is very, very impressive, especially when your team is having a bad moment. He's won trophies at Man United and he's actually been capped for Argentina. So there's definitely a player in there. And if we look back at some of the players that have reached unbelievable heights, like Mo Salah, 5 goals for Ball at the age of 20. Vinicius Jr., 3 goals for Madrid at the age of 20. Gareth Bale, 3 goals for Spurs at the age of 20. Mahrez, 0 goals for Le Havre at the age of 20. Now, I'm not saying Garnacho is going to reach his heights because I generally don't believe he will, but I'm just trying to add a little bit of balance to the argument that Alejandro Garnacho isn't a bad player and he's not been doing too badly in an underperforming team at Man United. So what I'm trying to say is, with Chelsea bringing in these players, you'd much rather these players try to reach their potential at your club than elsewhere, because if he does reach his potential, you've potentially got yourself £100 million player. You can sell him on and then you can bring somebody else in. And that's how you keep the ball moving. But again, as fans, I just think because of the social media, we're brainwashed into believing everything we read on social media. If 100 people are saying somebody's bad, you'll instantly, psychologically begin to believe it. And I'm not saying he's an unbelievable player and he's the best under 21 player in the world. This is not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to add some balance to the argument, because all I've seen around his name is negativity. And it's quite unfair, because in a day and age like this, why do we write people off before they even given an opportunity? Let the guy, if he does come, let the lad come, let him settle. This is all I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to have a balanced argument to it, because literally all I've read and all I've seen is he's shit, we don't want him. He's shit, we don't want him. He's shit. He's not shit. But if it was to compare him to any player at Chelsea Football Club at the moment, it would probably be Noni Madueke. They're both dynamic and open spaces. They're more progressive than the likes of a Jadon Sancho or a João Felix. But they're also negatives are very comparable as well. Wasteful in the final third with poor judgment. He's got terrible decision making. He's raw and selfish. Can be very frustrating. And those are all the pointers you can point at Noni Madueke. Alejandro Garnacho, and I probably say this about every single young footballer, the confident players. You back them and they'll give you everything. And that's all you can ask for as a football fan, a footballer just giving you everything. I can accept a player making a wrong decision. I can accept a player missing an opportunity if they give us everything on a football pitch. If you don't back him, he will hide. And that's what we're starting to see this season in Man United with Garnacho. My final points are, is there better wingers to sign? In my opinion, yes. Can he come and shine at Chelsea? My opinion, yes. Is he the finished article? Absolutely not. So Enzo Maresca has got his work cut out, because he's going to have to develop this player. Is this an opportunistic signing? Yes. But look, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts in the below. Do you see this as an exciting signing, or would you prefer the money be spent elsewhere? Are you going to back Garnacho if he does arrive at Chelsea? Let me know in the comments below. But before you leave, don't forget to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, ciao for now.